If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
Brady, Rodgers, who's your MVP? Because you also have all those PFF pieces of information in front of you, war and things like that you can actually put everything together, Chris, and put together a pretty solid thought, having seen these guys in front row all year long. What do you have for me on that?
Yeah, this is how bad a boss I am. I went out on national television and said that I would take Rodgers. And obviously, PFF said Tom Brady. So,
despite Aaron Rodgers being the MVP favorite, Pro Football Focus is still making a case it should be Tom Brady who walks away with the award this season. PFF points out that while Rodgers has had a better grade than Brady recently, it's TB12 who has clearly outshined the Packers QB over the course of the entire season.
But you know, for me, who my number one is? Okay, I'm going with the guy who has 7 rings on his hand, Tom Brady. I mean, who's going to bet against him? This is the same guy that I know it was last year, went into Lambeau last year and got the job done. So if I'm going to push all my chips in the basket, I'm pushing my chips in the basket for 12.
What if I told you that Tom Brady has had 8 passes dropped in the end zone this year? And what if I told you that at least 4 of his interceptions, and you know this as a quarterback, have been of the fluky deflection off somebody's hands variety? Like, to say his losses have been Brady's fault, that's hard to take.
Turnovers 35 to only 4 interceptions.
There you go.
Guess what? Turnover-worthy plays, says Pro Football Focus. Brady is at 1.9% of all of his throws, and he's leading the league in attempts. Only 1.9% are turnover-worthy. Aaron, with far fewer attempts, is 2.0, so he's slightly worse. Way fewer passes. Here, I'll just give you the breakdown. Brady has 14 turnover-worthy plays on 743 dropbacks. Rodgers has 12 turnover-worthy plays, so it's 2 fewer than Brady, but on only, on 587 dropbacks. So look at how much fewer on dropbacks. He's dropped back almost 200 fewer times. And it's 12 turnover-worthy plays for Aaron and only 14 for Brady in all those throws. It's outrageously great on Brady's part. It's why your turnovers got canceled.
Brady's definitely in the discussion. There's no doubt about that.
Tom has thrown the ball so much more than Aaron.
Yep.
So
that's their point.
So just because that means he's played better because he's thrown it more.
He's doing more with less. He's carrying the whole show.
So now Mike Evans is less. Now Chris Godwin is less.
Wait. Devontae Adams, by Pro Football Focus grading, is ranked number 1. Yeah. The highest rated Brady receiver is now Mike Evans at number 51. Brady's receivers are now ranked 9th. Your guys are ranked 4th.
More coming his way Sunday on the line there when it comes to a nice little 3-piece when it comes to passing attempts that was set by Stafford back in 2012. He needs 46 in Week 18. Then 2013, Manning's passing yards. He needs 488. Brady might have to dial back into that vintage bag to pull that off. And then in 2016, Drew Brees, who he competed against multiple times throughout his career, those passing completions, that one is the most likely out of the 3. Jets need 16 this Sunday against the Panthers.
He's throwing for 40 more yards per game, 40 plus than Aaron Rodgers is. He's leading Rodgers in touchdowns. He's leading the league. And look at the highs. 4 TD games. He's got 6 of them, or 4 TD and 2 5 TD games. And Rodgers only has 3 games of 4 TDs. So Brady's highs have been much higher than Aaron Rodgers.
Brady leads the league with 40 touchdown passes, and his receivers have a league-high 8 passes dropped in the end zone. Rodgers has 5, but Tom has 8. So he could easily have 48 touchdowns. I predicted he'd get 50. 8 dropped in the end zone, including Gronk at Carolina.
The one thing that sticks out, the 16 completions that's set by Breeze 6 years ago, does he kind of get that one?
Absolutely. That record is as good as gone. Tom Brady's thrown for over 16 completions each of these games this year. He'll have a great chance to do it this weekend. And how about if you're Tom Brady after the Mike Evans thing, you need to have a little bit of a team meeting. Hey, guys, listen, there might be a record here, So they're going to tell us, don't just go giving balls willy-nilly to people in the stands. But Tom Brady breaking Drew Brees' record of 471 completions would be huge.
Pro Football Focus takeaway is that using their most telling metric, it's called WAR, wins above replacement. But using that metric, Brady is far and away the most valuable player in the NFL this season. Then it goes on and on breaking down. I would encourage anybody who loves Aaron Rodgers to go read this whole piece, because I'm not going to have time to break it down, because it is stunning in its revelations, because it's making the point that Brady's elite play at high volume is what puts him so far above his peers when it comes to adding wins to his team, because they're just saying, you're it. You have to do this. You have to throw 50 passes a game. Aaron is throwing so many fewer passes that he's had 3 games of fewer than 30 dropbacks. And they won games because they can run it. They have the second-ranked rushing attack in pro football now.
But I don't think Tom Brady's chasing that. As we well know, he's chasing rings. But I do believe he gets the completion record this weekend.
You know, Woody just went on a long and well-deserved dissertation of why he should be in the MVP conversation. Last week on the road against the Jets, they're struggling. Everybody's hurt. Again, he leads them to a game-winning drive.
Would you believe that Brady's 4 game-winning drives this year have come against Cowboys, Patriots, Colts, and Bills, who have a combined record of 40 and 24? Wow, that's pretty great. I just gave you MVP special here.
What? No, who's got a better narrative than a guy that's 44 years old and he's leading the league in like deep passes and things like that? I mean, if he continues to play well over these next 3 games, he should win it. And I just think that, look, Rodgers is great. There's no doubt about it. I think it's a 2-man race at this point. Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor, somewhere off in the distance. But I still have Tom Brady ahead slightly, Mike, in the MVP race.
Once Tom Brady hangs it up, which could be years from now, the way he's playing, his name will be next to most of those records in the history books. Already saw one earlier this year when he broke the regular season record there for touchdowns with 600 back in November. That one a milestone most would be memorable for. Mike Evans giving that piece of history to a fan, and then, of course, Brady and the Bucs getting a trade done and getting that piece of history back.
How about the walk-off throws? Does Aaron have these throws? Do you remember the one, if we can see him real quickly, to Chris Godwin when he was still upright and healthy, that beat my Dallas Cowboys? It was huge. This is 24 seconds left, back shoulder. That sets up the walk-off field goal. And then there it is again. Way to go. A little push-off maybe on Jordan Lewis, but that's okay. And here he goes again. Oh, wait a second. Who is this? Broussard Perriman? He's bounced all around the league, and he's off to the races in overtime to beat Buffalo with the walk-off. Okay. And then against the Jets the other day, when I least expected it, there's no AB. Who's instead in his place? Oh, Cyril Grayson on his 8th NFL team, undrafted out of LSU, and Brady throws a laser to him to win the game in walk-off fashion.
Brady still has, like Broussard said, the narrative, and he has the stats. He's still just number 1 in yards and touchdowns, so it's pretty basic.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.